Padre Pio of Pietrelcina, a Capuchin friar, gained worldwide fame for manifesting stigmata, bodily marks corresponding to the wounds Jesus suffered during the crucifixion. As is well known, Padre Pio's stigmata appeared as holes in his hands, resembling those of Christ on the cross. During the early stages of these stigmata, one of the first photographers to document them was Modesto Vanelli. He captured images, reproduced them, and commercialized them to raise Padre Pio's notoriety, while also earning some personal profit in the process. This story connects with Padre Pio's prophecy of 50 years. At one point, Modesto Vanelli visited a town in southern Italy to distribute his photos of Padre Pio. There, he encountered a man who rejected any information about Padre Pio, accusing the photographer of being a fraud. The disagreement escalated into a heated argument and eventually a physical fight, resulting in Modesto being jailed for 40 days. After being released, Modesto went to see Padre Pio and shared what had happened. Padre Pio advised Modesto to be patient with those who hold different views and, above all, to avoid conflict. He offered Modesto an intriguing reflection: "Keep in mind, we still have 50 years ahead." Modesto interpreted this as a reference to the 50 years that Padre Pio supposedly had left to live. Every September, Modesto would visit the monastery to celebrate the anniversary of Padre Pio's stigmata, and each time, Padre Pio would remind him how many years were still to come. However, as the years passed, Modesto grew increasingly anxious, fearing his own time on earth was running out. When 1968 arrived, the 50th year, Modesto was understandably tense. On September 20, 1968, standing beside Padre Pio, he heard him say, "Modesto, we still have 49 years ahead, 48, 47, 40, 25 years, 15 years." This countdown only heightened Modesto's anxiety, making him feel like time was slipping away. Now that the 50 years had passed, Modesto, overcome with fear, collapsed to the ground. As he left Padre Pio's room, it was said that he was trembling like a leaf. And yet, Modesto was still alive, not dead, and he was now deeply confused. What did Padre Pio really mean when he spoke of having 50 years ahead? The answer came 3 days later, during the night of September 22nd to 23rd. His longtime friend, Padre Pio, passed away. It seems Modesto had misunderstood Padre Pio's words. Pio had not been referring to Modesto's death. Modesto would live another 15 years. Instead, Pio had been speaking about his own passing. In 50 years, their meetings would come to an end. Why Padre Pio was so ambiguous in his prophecy remains unclear. Perhaps he was playfully teasing his friend, or maybe he was motivating Modesto to live more fully. Another possibility is that Padre Pio valued the spiritual practice of reflecting on one's mortality, memento mori, and sought to instill that awareness in his friend. I don't believe the reasons behind his words are what matter most. What truly stands out is that Padre Pio somehow knew the date of his own departure, in a way reminiscent of how Jesus knew the day of his own death. The idea of knowing the date of one's death is hard to imagine. Reports suggest that Padre Pio, like any human being, experienced tremendous fear in the face of death and mortality. Yet, through his faith and with the presence of Jesus at his side, he was able to face death with courage, sustained by the hope of reaching heaven and being with God. Now, recognized as a saint, he rests in paradise. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.